Hello, welcome to the live. Y'all let me know that you can see me. Let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hey, 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 hey. Y'all let me know. Okay, good. Okay, good. We ain't having no technical difficulties. For some reason, when I schedule it, it gives me a problem. But when I just go live, it does not. So good. I am going to pin my email. I'm also going to pin my website because I know y'all gonna have some questions after this live. Oh, I can only put it in here one time. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So I did a post yesterday talking about if you want a better life, how can you do that? And the way to do that is you need to renew your soul, but you got to die first. But you can die and still live. We can do this while we're alive. And I'm going to talk about this and tell you how this is done. Y'all get in the chat. Y'all let me know how much y'all want this information. Tell me how y'all doing. Tell me how you doing. Go ahead and share. Yes. Get it in the I need y'all to get it in the algorithm. Y'all let me know what y'all want. I need y'all to share this. I'm gonna give it a few minutes for people to get in because y'all know how I feel about repeating myself. Somebody sound very interested. Yeah, I knew y'all would be. I want more than red velvet cake. LOL. Right. Y'all doing all right? We ready for the knowledge? Good. Hey, Miss Roxy. We're good. Coming from my new surgery. Good. Get all the rest that you need. Doing well and hope the same for you. Thank you. I am doing good. So we're going to have Q&A at the end like we always do. I will be looking at the comments as I'm giving the information. Hello, hello, hello. Amanda says, yes, I want this information. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. And as people come in, they'll just have to do the replay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for being in here tonight. We got a lot of information to cover. I'm going to go slow because this can be confusing, and I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying because it's a lot of things to go over. If you have any questions as I'm talking about something that you're not getting, I am looking at the comments at the chat. So please go ahead and put those questions in the chat. If I miss it when we do Q&A, I will go back in and I will get to it. So this live is discussing renewing the soul. So the soul, as we talked about before, is what's considered your subconscious. It is the part of you, also the lower mind. It is the part of you that controls you, the things that you cannot control. For instance, it controls you breathing. The soul is the one who determines when you die. It just controls whatever you can't do, the soul does it. Okay. And it does it just naturally. Okay. So, with that being said, I told y'all that we know the spirit can't be destroyed, right? We know the body expires, and we know the soul can have some issues. Because what is the soul basically? The soul is the heart. And just think about your heart. You can go through heartache. You can be happy. It's the heart holds a lot of emotions. So the soul is the heart. So the soul goes through a lot. Even though it has a lot of power, it goes through a lot. And sometimes you need a boost, renewing. You need to renew your soul. And it's hard to do that if you don't know what to do. A lot of people go through their whole life having a lot of trauma, a lot of trouble, can't seem to get right. Their spirit is strong, their body is strong, but it's something with their soul within their heart that's just lacking. And you can't seem to like get a grasp on what that is. So when things like that are happening, and say you do find out, that's when you need a renewal. And in order for your soul to renew, you got to remove the old things from your soul. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And this can be done. So it's like you're dying while still alive. And I'm going to explain to you later why I put it that way. So, in order to do this, it's going to require some magic. And for all my spiritual practitioners out there, you know, everything is based around magic, rituals, spells. And the what we're going to use in the universe is going to be the moon. The moon is what you're going to use to renew the soul. So why are we using the moon? So anybody who has done moon magic, whether you're doing it during like the different phases of the moon, put in the comments. It works. Does it not? You can get a lot done with the moon. I want y'all to put in the comments and let me know who has worked with the moon when it comes to your intentions, when it comes to transformation, just wanting something different, working with the different moon cycles, because you know that the moon is very beneficial. I want y'all to put in the comments. I need y'all to interact with me. Let me know that you're understanding what we got going on so far. Yes, somebody says I have. Miss LMBG said I have. And I want to let you guys know that what I'm telling you, I'm able to tell you this because I have done it on myself. So I'm not going to tell you guys nothing that I have not experienced. Okay. And nothing that I have not been working on with clients. So I'll do it on myself first before I tell y'all about it. Okay. Mr. Johnson says, hey, I thought the moon was not good for us. Okay, so I don't know where you've been, Mr. Johnson, but the moon is great. I've only used the moon to activate my crystals. I have worked with the moon. The moon is everything. Let me tell you why the moon is everything. The moon is known for transformation. It has so many cycles. Okay, we have the new moon, the full moon, the waning, the waxing. What else? A lot of phases with the moon. And you can work with each and every one of them. The moon has duality. Why is duality important? Because you're going to be working with the masculine and the feminine energies. Don't think about like sexual orientation. We're talking about energy work here. A lot of people, it goes both ways, but me personally, I feel like it does lean more towards the masculine energy, but it just might depend on the person. But every time I've experienced with the moon, it always brings out and enhances my masculine energy, the things that I need to work on when it comes to that. Also, the moon has no life force, and reality is only created when you enter, and it's erased once you exit. So nothing comes back with you, nothing holds on to you. That's why it's important that we work with the moon. As fast as you go in, as quick as you come out, nothing comes back with you. And this is the only place where the soul can travel while you're alive. Okay, so you got to understand that, because you need to be alive in order for this to happen. Because what I tell you, when you die, you go to the astral. That's where your soul goes. So you need to be alive. So this is the only place that your soul can travel while you're alive. Also, why I want to only work with the moon, because it works with the soul, because I don't want to do anything with your spirit. I need your spirit to be strong and intact. We know the spirit cannot be destroyed, but the spirit can get weak. And because we're doing something very strenuous, then I need you to only work with the soul. I don't want to bother your spirit. Hold on, y'all. That's actually one of my clients that I'm working with in the astro that's on the ventilator right now. So let me put on do not disturb. They was kind of giving me an update. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Somebody says I work with the moon for journaling. Okay. So this is why it's important that we work with the moon. So let me tell you why society always wants to go to the moon. For this reason right here, they're always trying to see if there could be life on the moon. Nobody will physically make it to the moon. And the moon is about the things that is hidden. And when you work with it, it reveals what's hidden, right? Correct. That is absolutely correct. I forgot to mention that. So thank you. So, yes, this is where the moon reveals all hidden things, things that you are having an issue with that you can't quite put your finger on it. You're going to see it in the moon, on the moon. Okay. So they're always trying to go to the moon because they want to see if life can be on the moon. Nobody physically can go to the moon. Why is that? Because once you step on the moon, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there that can nourish your human physical body at all. Nothing is created. You can't create anything there physically. Nothing is created unless your soul is there and it goes as you go. So basically, like say you're walking, it's creating it as you go. Okay. So you make a step, there's a sidewalk. You say you want to enter in a house, there's a house. That, do y'all understand me so far? Let me know that y'all understanding what I'm saying. There is no way possible that anything can be constructed on the moon. There's nothing on the moon that can give your body nourishment. So there cannot be any life form with the human body on the moon. And they are trying their best to do that, but they cannot accomplish it. They will never accomplish it. Okay. And they would know this if they had souls, because obviously they experiment everything else. Obviously, they haven't experimented with this, because once you go, you know exactly what I mean. There's no creating, nothing there. So that's why they want to go to the moon, but they will never succeed. I'm telling you that right now. They'll never succeed in that. Okay. All right. So why would you do this? Y'all, let me see. Yeah, y'all in the comments. Y'all like the live for me. Like and share, like and share. Let's get it into the algorithm, please. Like and share. All right. So, why would you want to do this? So, there's one thing that y'all have heard me talk about is opposition. Opposition is something that stands in your way that does not allow you to flourish, no matter what you do. Okay. Let me know if y'all have opposition. So the soul finishes developing at the age of 21. If you are not prepared at that time, whatever is waiting for you, whether it's good or whether it's bad, is going to come. And that bad is the opposition. Why does this happen? Because there is something that does not want you to succeed and they want to stop you. They knew this when you got here. Okay. Think it's just the enemy, just the enemy. And these enemies show their ugly face between 18 and 21. Just think about it. Go back, and just remember around that time, did it seem like things started changing for you? Things kind of started seeming like weird. The opposition can show up in dreams. They can be recurring dreams. They can manifest into physical things. You might develop new fears, like have a phobia or something. It's symbolism for something. Things might just be always blocking you. Just go back to that time and think about it. That's when it started. That is why it's so important that you do ancestral worship and start when you're supposed to, because when that time comes, you've conquered it and you're ready and it cannot stop you. But we don't know this a lot of times, okay? So say you know yourself spiritually, right? You've gone on in your life, you're older, you know yourself spiritually, but you still having that recurring dream. You still have a phobia or something. You still can't seem to get to the highest level where you're trying to get. It's always seeming like it's just like the opposition. And the opposition, it might, go away for a little while and then it come back. Y'all know what it means when it feels like it's something that's just like not allowing you to get to your full potential. Some people may experience it really bad. Some people may experience it may be subtle, but nonetheless, it's still there. This is when you need to renew your soul. This is not to say that you're a bad person or nothing is not going to work out for you, but think of it like this. Think about it like you have a bully and you try your best not to stoop to that bully's level. You ignore that bully. You go a different path from the bully. You tell on the bully. Other people try to stick up for you, but that bully just keeps coming back. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to have to fight this bully in order for this bully to leave me alone. Okay? Think about it that way, like it's a bully that never goes away. No matter what you do, no matter how high above this bully that you are. Okay? So, this is when you want to do this, and this will allow you to have a better life. Now, nothing good is easy. Okay, y'all put it in the chat. Y'all let me know that y'all want this information because it's about to get good. It's about to get good. Okay. I need to know y'all want this though. It's about to get good. Like for real. Melanie Mitchell says you just gave me clarity on a lot of things. Good. I'm glad. So is it too late after 21? No, not at all, Devera. This is why we're doing this right now. Okay, somebody says, Lisa say, keep going. We listening. LOL. Okay. I got you, Lisa. All right. So say that you listening to me now, you want to do this. There are some prerequisites before we do this. It's not a must, but I strongly suggest that these things are in place because this experience is not for someone that's new in their spirituality. The reason why it's not for someone that's new in their spirituality is because we're actually going to go through some things. You're going to feel some things. This is not for the weak. And when I say I'm not calling you weak, but this is for someone who is ready to make that next step. You have done the work, but you're just ready to get this extra help, okay? So things that you need to have done before you complete this ritual. Denouncing any religion. A lot of y'all like to ask me, why you always talk about Christianity? Because that's what I know. But y'all should know by now, anything that stands in front of who you are, denounce it. Denounce religion. You need to be doing ancestor worship, meaning because you need to have been beginning some guidance. You need to know about yourself. You need to know what resonates with you. I need you to have some information about yourself. Shadow work. If you do not know what shadow work is when you get back to your true self. So let me give you an example for people who don't know who shadow work is. Say you were a child and you used to love to paint, but your mother said, oh no, we're not painting because that's not going to make you no money. You're going to do this. Throw that away. We don't paint. And so you still have the talent, but you were told and raised not to do that. But one thing sparks in you one day. You have a spiritual awakening. You're like, oh, I like to paint. I'm going to paint. You get back to your true self. It's peeling the layers that you've placed in front of you on your true self, and you get back to yourself. That's shadow work. Also, you're ready to fight your opposition by yourself. It's good that we got our ancestors. It's good that we got our spiritual team. It's good that we've acknowledged our spiritual lineage and have embraced the deity that we are. It's good that we have family, a support system, but guess what? You got to fight one day. They can't always fight for you. So when you go to the moon, when I take you to the moon, if you want my help with it, you're going to fight. You're going to fight. And I'm going to tell you that right now. So get that in your mind. All right. Lamore says, I have been purging and working from the indoctrination religion it is hard. Yes, it is very hard. That's why I do what I do. It's hard, but you're gonna love yourself for it. Like I said, everything good is not easy to get to. All right. So say you meet all these requirements, right? And you're like, you reach out to me and you're just like, okay, I just need to just get rid of this opposition. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, right? So remember I talked about the moon. Why we work with the moon is because it has duality. The reason why I need duality is because I need you to be still aware of your body and your soul. So the body and soul is going to be working, because when I say you're going to feel it, you're going to feel yourself die. Okay. I'm telling you that right now. So what's going to happen is we're going to do this while you're sleeping. And I would have you write everything down that you want to change or strengthen about yourself. I mean, anything that you feel that you just need help in. I would have you write all of that down. I would have you say it out loud. And then that's all you need to do if you're letting me do it for you. That's all you need to do. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow your soul to go to the moon. So here's what's going to happen when you go to the moon. You're going to be fully aware that you're there. When you get there, you're going to see light, like it's light outside. You're going to be walking. And as you're walking, you're going to feel like someone's watching you. And they're going to show up, and this is your opposition. They're going to meet you there. Why do I need to let you know that this happened? It's one of those situations, if, like I said, you got to fight this bully. You got to fight this bully. Why am I choosing to have you do it now? Because you may not win. I know y'all don't want to hear that. You may not win. Okay? Let me know y'all want the rest of this. Let me know y'all want the rest of this. Grandma Mel says fight or flight. Yes, but you may not win. There's a possibility you don't win. It's a possibility that your opposition gets you. Okay? Somebody says, I'm going to win. But hold on. If you don't win, it's okay. So remember, the analogy we're using, it's a bully. Do we always win a fight? We may not always win a fight, but that bully knows that you would stick up for yourself. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? You stuck up for yourself. They know not to mess with you. They know they're going to have to fight you. You're not going to go down easy, okay? So listen, you may win and you may not win. If you win, great. If you don't, here's what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win, okay? 9 times out of 10, they're going to attack you. The other 1%, you're just going to be they're going to kind of just be in there like watching you, okay? So when they come for you, they're going to follow you. They're going to come for you. They're going to catch you. They're going to try to harm you. In your mind, you're saying, no, 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 don't do this. But they may do it. What's going to happen is you're literally going to feel like something separates you from your body. You feel it. You feel the pull. And this is when it's going to make or break you. This is when you get up and you walk through a door. I'm going to present you with the door. And this is something that happens really quick. Okay? It's not painful. It's quick. When I tell you, you get to the moon, you're in, you're out. We're not playing around. Okay? You in, you out. Okay? You're going to contemplate, am I going to lay here and die? Or am I going to get up? That's going to go through your mind. You're going to get up and you're going to walk through the door. When you walk through the door, it's going to look like you're outside. As soon as you walk through that door, you're in your body. You're going to wake up and you're going to feel whatever affected you on the moon. You're going to feel it when you wake up. I'm telling you that right now. So no surprises. Okay. This is why I say I need somebody that's really strong. You're going to feel it. You're going to be aware of what just happened to you. Okay. So this is not an imagination. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to feel it. Heart going to be beating fast. Why? Because the soul is coming back in. Give it about 5 minutes. You're going to turn around and go to sleep. You're going to wake up like you can do some things. You're renewed. Just like that. Just like that. You're not in a dream state. This will happen in all about 10, 15 minutes. That's how quick it'll happen. Okay? Painless, but you can feel everything. All right? This is why I say you have to be a strong person. You got to know some things already. Now, somebody says, Summer Days, Tammy, can you assist with this? Yes, I do this. But if you're able to, you can definitely do this by yourself. Okay? And again, I've already done this on myself. I'm not telling you guys nothing that I have not already done. All right? I have already done this. Okay? So, this is the scenario when somebody knows that I'm doing this, that, they've wanted to get this work done. Okay? What happens now is, remember when I told you all those intentions that you wrote down? They're coming into play. And you're going to see it come into play. You're going to feel it. You're going to see things change in your life. You're going to see things change in your energy. You are going to be able to elevate. You also will be able to understand your past, your present, your future. The opposition that you had, guess where it stayed at? Remember I told you it can't come with you. Even though you lost, it can't come with you. It's almost like you got to lure that bully in to kill it. Even though they're attacking you, you're trapping it. You understand what I'm saying? You're trapping it and leaving it there with the old soul, and your soul gets renewed. Because guess what? Because it's there, it can't do anything to you anymore. And also, the moon heard what you wanted. So the key thing was you walked through the door. You got to walk through the door. When you walk through the door, that's when the moon gives you what you want and it renews your soul. Okay? If you do not walk through that door, it's not happening, but you got to. So the Royal Elect says that make a lot of sense. So you called it out and you stood up for yourself. Yes, even though you may not win. Remember I said, but you stood up for yourself. You lured it there. You faced it. You didn't run. Okay? But like I said, you're gonna ask yourself, you're gonna be like, is this it? Is it? But you're gonna be like, no, let me get up. Remember I said the soul does what you can't control? Because what happens is when you feel that pull, that's when you make a break for that door. And I'm not playing, it's a real door that I present to you. It's a real door. I'm telling you what I mean. Okay. I'm not using symbolism here. This is why I need y'all to understand this. This is not symbolism when we go to the moon. This is actual thing. This is actually going to happen. And you're going to know that it's happening. And you're going to feel your soul come back in your body. When you wake up, then you're going to go back to sleep. And then you're going to go on as usual. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How often can we do that? You do not need to be, this needs to be a one and done. This needs to be a one and done. This is why I'm saying, like, remember I said there's prerequisites. I'm not saying that it's a must, but I strongly advise that you're not a baby in your spirituality. So this is for people who know that I have done it. Now let's talk about, you want to get help for somebody and it's something very, very dire. And this is the only way, like, I'm not pit-patting around. We're serious here. Like this person is real in real trouble. And we need to renew their soul so we can have a different outcome. Because also what I forgot to tell you is that this gives you a different outcome. This alternates things in your life. Because you got to remember, you got rid of the opposition. So now you can fly high. So things are going to be coming to you that that wasn't coming to you, that was waiting for you. So this alters things for you. That's why I said, do you want to live a better life? Okay. I forgot to mention that key point. This alters things. So I got people who have people that need assistance, right? And so say that this person doesn't know I'm doing it, so I can't give them the instructions. So I'm just going to work with them, right? Sometimes a person will get there and they're kind of like, they'll rummage around. They're like curious to see what's going on. They're not really thinking about themselves. They see the doors. They're not really thinking about themselves, but they're just kind of curious, right? Now, I present everything for them to do, but they're not making a move. And you could potentially do the same thing when you know that I'm helping you. So what will happen when you don't make that move to go through the door? The opposition is going to be waiting for you in the physical. So it was there where it could stay trapped, no more. But now that you have not walked through that door, you bring it here with you, and it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse until you walk through the door. I leave the door open, but you got to walk through it. This is why I say you cannot be afraid. So if you do not walk through that door when you wake up, the opposition is going to hit you here, and it can get very dangerous. Okay. Worse than what it was. So you have to walk through the door. So if you're not sure about this, don't come bothering me. Because this is real business over here. We're talking real business. This is not no pit pat stuff. Okay. It can get real dangerous. Danger, because you brung it here. They might have been subtle at first, but now that you've tapped the beast, yeah, they ready to rumble. And it's gonna meet you right here. Summer Day says, I don't have any ops anymore. That's good. What is the op in the physical? It can be anything. It can be people after you. It can be blockages. It'll get worse. You have to walk through the door. You bring it here with you. So that is why I say this makes your life better. This is another reason why they're trying to go to the moon, because they want instant gratification. When I tell y'all this is a serious but fast fix, I'm not playing. They want instant gratification. They are tired of doing the SRA, satanic ritual abuse, to get what they want. That's why they want access to the moon. But if you do not have a soul, you cannot get to the moon. Okay? And you're definitely not getting there with the physical body, with the flesh. That's not happening. So this is why they always want to deal with the moon. Also, why do we do this? Why is the moon good for transformation? The moon represents yesterday. The sun represents tomorrow. This is why when you go through the door, it's daylight. That it represents the sun the next day. You've conquered yesterday. So the moon comes out at night. We need that representation of yesterday, of the past. So that's why we also use the moon, because that's actually also when you die. This is when you go through things at night, okay, to come out. And then you come out of it at sunset. So y'all remember when I talked about that you had to go through the underworld to get to the astral? It's going to be nighttime when you're getting through the underworld, because you can't come out of the underworld until the sun comes up the next day. And that's when you go to the astral, and it's light. It's always going to be light at the astral. Always, okay? So we have to do this in the dark. We have to do this with the moon. We have to do it after sunset. That's the only way to do the ritual. So is the spirit world dark? Yes, the spirit world is dark. Not the astral. So those are two separate things. So the spiritual realm is always dark. All right. So that is how you are able to get a better life. You're going to die while still alive. Okay. And also, so when this happens, you're still going to know your family. You're still going to know everything about you. None of that changes. You just renewed your soul. So now the mind, the spirit, and the soul are all connected, and they are on one accord. And you remove the opposition. Just just think about how you get rid of heartache. Something new comes in to make you happy. You understand what I'm saying? But you still know who you are. All right. You still know who you are. You just done something altered. The royal says like a factory set. Exactly. Exactly. But again, I want to reiterate how serious this is. You are going to feel that pull. You are going to feel that. And you got to make the subconscious decision to walk through the door. So is your physical body asleep or woke like a meditation sleep? You're asleep. Your physical body is asleep, but the moon has duality. So while your soul is on the moon, your physical body is aware. Your physical body is going to be aware when that soul separates. So it's going to feel like a dream state when your soul is there. But when that soul separates from your body, you're going to really feel it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to feel like a dream. You're going to really feel it, and you're going to feel your soul come back in. That's what I was trying to tell you. That's probably about like 5 minutes, right? You're going to really feel it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I need for your, but this is a good thing. I need for your physical body to be aware, and I need for your soul to be aware. That's why we're using the moon. Also, like I said in the beginning, we're using the moon because I don't want to touch your spirit. I don't want to touch your spirit because this will make your spirit weak. Because whenever the spirit does different types of traveling, you got to like boost the spirit. I don't want to touch your spirit. I only want to deal with your soul and your body. Is this session done during the full moon? It can be done during the full moon. Yes, I prefer it to be done on the full moon. Is it that like when you meditate and you feel your body yourself floating like you separated? No, so you're actually going to be really sleep. It's not like a trance. But while you're sleeping, so basically what you feel, you're feeling it on the moon, okay? But when your soul walks through the door, that's when you're going to feel it in your body in the bed here on the earth, okay? So you're going to feel it on the moon, and then you're going to feel it in your body. And everybody has a different point where it separates from. Mine was in my hip. And I felt it when I entered back in. So everybody has a different point where they separate from. Is the spirit stronger? No, the spirit is not stronger than the soul. That's why I don't want to mess with the spirit. The spirit, it doesn't take, okay, so the spirit can get weak. It takes a long time for it to get weak. But what you got to understand is when the spirit travels, it's a lot of energy. So it can weaken the spirit. It doesn't mess up your spirit, but I don't want you to have to go through that. I don't want you to have to deal with having, get yourself feeling good again. I don't want you to deal with that. So I don't want to deal with the spirit on this ritual. Does this help with health issues? So I was going to touch on that. So I have another thing that I do. So this is with the soul, okay? Health issues are more so dealing with the spirit, with the physical body, okay? So let's touch on this. People always think that the way that you attack someone is by going for their physical body. That's so far from the truth. If you really want to mess somebody up, you want to attack the spirit. The spirit can go a long time not being nourished, but once it goes so long, the body starts feeling effects. So if you needed help with health issues, I would work with the spirit. So another service that I offer is that I astral travel with your spirit to get you better. So I have about 3 cases right now. So this is also I do this for people who are in the hospital, people who are on life support, people who are in comas, people who need to get rehabilitated. So people who are not quite coherent, who cannot speak for themselves. So what I do is I work with their spirit in the astral. So this depends on what your spirit wants to do. I have had people tell me they do not want to come back, meaning that they're fine in the astral. They'll tell me to leave them alone. I've had people who want to go look for this person, look for that person, find this, do that. They want to travel instead of getting back to their body. So This depends on the person, but I tell them what's in their best interest and I work with them until I get them where they need to be. Now, sometimes it's a good outcome and sometimes it's not. I can guide them, but it's only up to them. Prime situation today. I knew earlier today with the person that I was working with that something changed and it wasn't for the best. And I just got a text message and I knew they did not listen to me. They came back, but they did not listen to me. And so I try to tell my clients that hire me for this, that I try to give them every situation possible. And I have to tell them that it's ultimately up to the person, but I can guide them. When this is done, and the only way for me to do this is they have to have brain activity. Okay. They cannot be dead. They have to have brain activity in order for me to do this. So I was basically, that's another form, but that's working with the spirit, not the soul. So it's two different things here. Okay. And even if somebody is not like on their deathbed, but they need assistance, you've been to the doctors, they can't find anything wrong. That is confirmation there that your spirit is weak. So yes, I come to you and I work on that. Your spirit could be weak because somebody's calling you from the grave. It could be weak because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, your gift, your assignment. It could be weak because you keep not listening. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes it can get so far that you're just not able to do it yourself. So that's where I come in at and I guide you with your spirit. We go spirit to spirit. Somebody says, can it help paralysis? It depends. So we would have to take it. It just depends on the person. So B Jordan says, how about when you is not a door, but a room of alternative women of yourself? A older soul with grayish white hair, a younger woman dressed in all black, like Marvel Comics, like Storm. So you're getting a taste of your past, your present, your future, and that's presenting itself to you. But this is not renewing your soul. You're just able to see your past and you're learning yourself. So when you're renewing your soul, y'all, there's nothing else. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You got to go through a door. Okay. So if you don't see that door, if you don't go through that door, you're not renewing your soul. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. This is not like metaphors or anything like that. This is literal. Okay. What I'm telling you is what it is. Nothing different. That's what I need you to understand. Okay. All right. So I think, okay, y'all let me know that y'all here. Let me know that y'all love this information that is helping you. We can spend a lot of time now with Q&A because I feel like because this is something that's new that I know you never heard of. So I really want to make sure that in this session that I'm able to answer questions while you can, while we're on here, because I know this is a lot and I want to make sure that you guys understand. For one, if you want my assistance, you understand what's going on. And two, if you want to do this yourself. So if you are able to do this yourself, you can. But if you want my assistance, I do offer this service. A, B, C, D, F, G. Tammy, you're powerful. I never knew a human can do this. Thank you for everything. You are so welcome. Candace Taylor, love this information, Tammy. Glad to know that I can truly receive help from me and my loved ones. Yes, you can. And that's the thing about it. So another reason, she just made me think about something. Another reason why they want to get to the moon is because you got to understand, when they said the word God, they only had control over earth. Okay, over earth. If you ever read the Bible, it tells you how they do not want you exploring in the heavens. That means heavens is another word for universe, right? When they uttered the word God, they only had control over the earth. That's where they put their magic in. They can't do nothing nowhere else. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's why they're so fascinated with the moon. This is how you know they do not have a soul. They can't do nothing anywhere else, just here. So you, just like they created their magic with this world, you can create yours. Okay. But you're not using the word God. You're not uttering that word. You're uttering who you are. Okay. And you're renewing your soul. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not going through their ritual. You're going through your ritual, renewing your soul. So that's why I said, do you want a better life? Do you want control over a better life? They always talking about when you do baptism, you're going to change your life. Yeah, you're going to change it. And guess what? Didn't I tell you that they get your soul when you get baptized? They can do anything with it. They can do anything with it. Okay? Anything with it. Capital Black said, if you're getting value from this live stream, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment. Yes, that's my hubby, y'all. He helping me. He my moderator while he at work. He love me. So do what he say, y'all. Do what he say. SC Warrior says, I might want to try this. Yes. So if you're interested in this, serious inquiries only. I'm going to go ahead and be upfront. This is my $500 service. Serious inquiries only. We can do this. We can do this. Some of days passion. I was a big extrovert. Now I'm an introvert. I had to. The Royal Elect, I don't mind paying too. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. We love and appreciate you too. Thank you so much, by Capricorn. I appreciate all of you guys. You have to be sure of the door. Yes. Yes. Razmataz says you have to be sure of the door. You have to be sure of the door. That is the most important part. Okay. You have to go through the door. You cannot pit pat. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the door does not close, but in order to get the soul renewed, in order to trap the opposition, you got to go through the door. Can this happen without us initiating it? No, it cannot. It has to be initiated. It has to be intentional. This is a ritual. So it cannot happen. If you guys want to do this, you need to email me. I did pin my email up here, and it's also in my bio as well. This, or if you need assistance with someone who, like I said, I renew souls, I save souls, I help people that are in dire need of crisis when it comes to health, people in comas, people on their deathbed, in that way. So I help the soul and the spirit. Trina, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so welcome, Miss Trina. Oh, and also, if you're somebody who has gotten to this point, let me tell you something about yourself. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has a calling. But if you have gotten to this point and this is something that you need to do, you have a certain power that they don't want you to use. That's why you can't get rid of the opposition the way that you want to. I'm telling you, I promise you, you have a certain power that they do not want you to use. When you go through the door, remember I said the opposition is no longer, they're left behind. They're ruined. You can't have nobody can stop your power. Now, this does not mean that you're not using your power, but what happens is not being used to the fullest extent. You got to understand what I'm saying. Also, when you do this, you're going to awaken your past, your present, your future. You remember those names I told y'all had to know? You're going to learn those names. Okay. You're going to learn those names. So this is something that's going to help you to that. Okay. So I don't gatekeep. You can take the long way around, or you can do it this way. Y'all know it's not meant to be hard. Do y'all know that? It's not meant to be hard, but there's so many secrets. We get spiritual amnesia. We forget, but it's not meant to be hard. I promise you it's not. This is not too good to be true. It's not meant to be hard. This is my gift and this is what I was meant to do. So I'm going to share this with you. There are other people as well that can do this and they need to know, if not already, to be using their gift. La Amor says, I almost died and my grandfather stopped me from walking through the door, which had a golden light around it. Was that the door? No, that's not the door. We're talking about on the moon. We're talking about the moon. That's not the door. Mm-mm. Miss LNBG, do you offer dream interpretation? If so, what do I choose on your website? It's going to be the intuitive reading. So yes, I do. Just book the intuitive reading. If you want anything with dream interpretation, numerology, the intuitive reading is for any type of reading you want, as long as it's not a mediumship channeling or doing any afterlife communication. So you can ask any questions that you want in the intuitive reading. Candace Taylor, definitely going to do this because I'm sure my ex is the devil and didn't want me to be aware of my spiritual gift. He really tried destiny swapping with me and my ancestors said no. Yep. So Candace, what I just read, that's a great example of when you would want to do this. Yes, something like that. Because that's what I mean by, like, when I say opposition, they're going to keep coming. This is another form of the opposition manifesting into flesh, into like human form. So, they're using your ex. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. So what she just said is a great example of when you would want to do this, because like I said, it's like a bully. No matter how high your frequency is, they just keep wanting to try to bully you. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta like get rid of them for once and for all. It doesn't mean that you're not going to flourish, but it is, again, opposition. So it is going to be some holdback. The goal is what the goal is that you're trying to get out of your human self into your totally operating off of spirit. Okay. So there's like a layer, 3 layers around you. You want to get outside that layer that's above your crown chakra, that third layer that's furthest from you. When you get out of there, you're operating off of spirit, which is how it's supposed to be. Your spirit is so strong at this point, and that's how you have the most highest spiritual intellect. Yeah, the spirit is like, so I'm in my office, and this is where I do my meetings. Stop it right now. This is where I do my mediumships, and what they always sometimes they like to be acting, and they keep turning my doorknob. So I just had to say stop. I'll threaten them. And so like when I channel, they don't go away. I always have access, but I always keep like a border and stuff like that. But sometimes they like to let me know that they here, and I have to let them know they better chill out. They better chill out. So that's what I do. Grandma Mel says, you read me to the T on my channeling. I felt so relieved. What's your name? I did a reading on you, Grandma Mel. What's your name? All right, I'm gonna banish you. I have to threaten them because they not getting out of this room. So Awaken Pathway says, Melanie. When did I do your reading? What? I know the name. I know the name. I know the name. Whenever y'all be telling me this, I reply Milana on my yes. I remember now. Yes, ma'am. I knew I was like, I know. Yes. Oh my goodness. The one who made me feel so bad because I had forgot to call you back. I remember now, Miss Melanie. Yes. Mm-hmm. I remember. Okay, so Awaken Pathways, Tammy, how do we do real ooh, they going bad. Y'all better stop. Y'all, they ain't never cut up this bad. Like for real, for real. Somebody want my attention, but I'm tired. I'm not doing it today. I'll banish them real quick if they don't do what I say. I'm not reading nobody today. I'm not helping nobody today. I'm tired. Well, I am helping somebody today. It might be him, but he better chill out because I'm not playing. All right, y'all gonna see. I'm gonna banish you. I'm gonna make you stuck if you don't quit. I wish y'all could hear. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my door is literally rattling. Like this because they want to get out the door. That's what they doing real bad. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Ambria Brown, what if the opposition is a relative or a current significant other? Does that person leave you in the physical? No. So remember what I said. So they can show up as like a manifestation into humans. So no, they don't leave you. They just can't do it. So a lot of times when somebody in the physical, now people know when they bothering you, they doing stuff to you. But a lot of times it's not like the middle mind, which is the physical brain that's doing this. It's the spirits don't agree. So they're acting off their spirit. Think about it like if you walk into a room and you say, hey, but everybody else look at you with their nose turned up, but they don't even know you. It's something about you that's aggravating their spirit. Okay. So that's how they're going to react. So when it's somebody that you know, somebody close to you, that yes, they can do things, but it doesn't remove them. It stops their spirit from being your opposition. It puts them in their place. Chelsea Griffin said, I just heard it. LOL. I told you. Chocolate Girl says, I heard it. Yes, I told you. Yeah, they done slowed down now because I was about to get serious. Mm-hmm. Yes. So Royal like for me with the mold situation in the past. Exactly. And we talked about that. So yes, that's exactly right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Aiden, I've been watching your videos on the congregation. I want to make music and possibly join the industry. Do you think I could avoid them? You would have to get a reading for me to answer that question if you want like a definite answer, but like just generally speaking, it just depends on how much you're willing to do and if they can use you. Always remember you can be successful without being famous. Okay. If that helps you make a decision. So manifest your greatness says, is sickness a disease considered in opposition? Can it heal something? So sickness and disease is considered in opposition, but at the same time, okay, that's a tricky one. Let me just give you myself for example. Like I'm diabetic. I've been diabetic since 2007 and I've been on insulin and I've been on pills. Right now I'm not currently taking anything. I try to just manage it. But because of what I do, like how they have like certain numbers for you, they say that your sugar should be in this number for everybody. That does not work for me. Like somebody that's not diabetic, if they saw my numbers, they'd be like, "Oh my God, it's like really high." But not saying that I don't want to be in normal range, but because of what I do, like for instance, like if I cannot do a channeling and have not eaten anything, because that's going to drop my sugar. Even if my numbers do not look low, it's going to make me feel uneasy as if I'm have low blood sugar because my spirit, in order for my spirit to be strong, my body takes certain things. Okay. And so my spirit does the energy different. So to a doctor, it may look like my stuff is out of whack. But if I'm in normal range of what they say, I'm not feeling good. I need something that does not work for me. Okay. So that's kind of tricky. That's not to say that you don't get yourself checked out and do what you have to do, because of course I just don't sit around here eating junk food. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just like stuffing my face with stuff that I don't need. I still manage my diet, but at the same time, I'm not like as concerned if I have like higher numbers because I know I need that nourishment. I get that all the time. I didn't get it what I did to people to aggravate them. It just walked in the room. You had made it clear when they say that they can irritate someone's spirit. Yes. So it's not that you've done anything. It's just that their spirits irritate. They could be vibrating so low. You being on that high frequency just irks their nerve. You understand what I'm saying? It just aggravates the hell out of them. Yeah. Or they know how powerful you are. They can sense your gift. You know what I'm saying? That bothers their spirit. You let your spirit lead. Yes, always let the spirit lead. That's how it's supposed to be. Hey, Ashley. So let me go through to see if I missed anything. So A, B, C, D, F, G says, from where did you learn about the abilities of the moon? So for anybody wanting to know that, I experiment. So because of my gift, I can go anywhere that I want to go in the universe. I can go to any planet that I want to go to. I can go to anybody's house. I can go to anybody's spirit. All I got to do is utter it, say it. I can do it. So when I'm trying to create my services and figure out what people need and how this works and how that works, I need to see what happens. Just like a scientist, they experiment. They have hypotheses, and all that. I have to do that. So that's how I learned about it, by experimenting with myself, so I can assist people. So everything that I've told you, I've done. So if Candace Taylor, so we do this service, we wouldn't need to do hex curse removals again. No, you would not, because your soul would be renewed. So that's a good question. So that's another reason why you would do something like this. So say if you die and you have a hex on you, and you get with one of your people that's still living wants to venerate you as an ancestor. You're going to come to that person with your problems, right? And they cannot help you. If you die with the hex, it stays on you. I have assisted people who have family members that they did not know died with the hex, but when I get in there, I see the hex. And the person who has done it will make sure it's still there. You can't interfere. You cannot interfere. Okay. The best thing that you can do is help to raise their vibrations on the astral, but that's going to be really hard to do. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. That's going to be really hard to do. And what you got to understand when it comes to the astral thing, y'all got to understand it's different. So they love here to like run off of the like emotions like that don't exist in the spiritual realm or on the astral. So say for instance, like, you're on the astral and somebody does something to you, you're going to handle that person right then and there. They don't get another chance. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like here. The world wants to imitate the astral, but it don't want to do everything that the astral does. The astral is where it's at, is where it's real. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't play in the astral. Also in the spiritual realm, if there's something going on, you're going to handle it. So like I'm not, you're not, you can't feel sorry, you can't interfere. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So yes, this is the time where you would want to do a soul renewal, so that does not stay on you when you die, because it's almost like, even though it may not have been justified, all the kind, we don't interfere with somebody else's work. Now, if it was not justified, that person's going to get what's coming to them. Trust and believe that. Okay. And a lot of times, if it's not justified, it's not going to stick anyway. The world protect people that do wrong. Say it again. They can't hear you in the back, royal elect. Exactly. Try it on the astral. Try it on the astral. Try it in the spiritual realm. I dare you. You gone. You done. You gone. I promise you. You gone. Try it. I dare you to. I dare you to. Awaken pathways, girl. Those may be my boys. Every time you call my name, the door starts rattling. You can hear my door. Yes, it is. You raise your vibration by doing positive things. Exactly. And also, if somebody has like a hex on you, a curse and a hex is different. So, people, now don't get me wrong, people can hex you, But 9 times out of 10, if your vibration is higher than that person, they can't affect you. But like I said, if it's justified, oh, you getting something done. The royal I hog tied a corporation on the planet. That can be done. I had I'm gonna say it now, but I didn't never tell the lady what I did. She had hired me for her daughter, and the daughter was just giving her some problems and everything, right? So, she wanted me to work with her and stuff like that. Long story short, she was just a little entitled, just a little entitled and just wanted to be mean to her mama. I taped that little thing up so fast and made her sit down until she had a new attitude. But I didn't tell her mama that's what she did, what I did. So I called and just, talked to her and said, I talked to her. We had a good talk. And she told me, she said, she said, I knew something had to be done because she came in and she talked to me and she's never just done that before. And she said, I was totally shocked. Sometimes you got to get down and dirty. Like for real though, I got to get down and dirty sometimes and straighten these people out. So it does require some things like that sometimes when you're dealing with spirits, because spirits can be hard-headed. They can be very hard-headed and stubborn. All right, y'all, let me know if y'all have any more questions. I want to make sure that I answer everything because this is serious business. We talking serious biz, square biz. Okay. Will the opposition try to keep you from getting to that door after they done dragged us? No. So Grandma Mel, no. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot to tell y'all that. Absolutely not. Your subconscious, which is your soul, is in full control. They can't stop you from getting through that door. That is totally on you. That's why I said go through the door. Go through the door. Ashley Martin says, Tammy, when I watch your shorts, I see this woman energy that sits beside you right by the mic. Go back and look, especially in the videos about the burning of that house. Okay, I will. I will go back and look. Definitely. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Summer Days, what's a good book for beginners to understand this spirituality? Ooh, it depends. It's so many. Let me think about that. Well, tell me, Summer, what is it? Put in the comments, like, what do you really want to know about? Are you coming out of religion? Are you wanting to know? Are you wanting like energy work? What? Because it just depends on what you want to touch on. Maya says this was so interesting. Thank you, Maya. Tammy, how do we quantum jump? So that's something that will naturally happen. Are you talking about like a quantum leap, like where you are inside a person's body? So I like to know about energy work, books for that. So Candace, just send me an email and I can give you some titles. I can respond back with some titles of some books that will help you with some energy work. Send me an email. So Titi says, so what if you harm someone in the past life and in this life you are not aware of what happened in the past life? How do you prevent it in this life? So how you prevent it in this life is that you have to learn yourself. You got to learn your past, your present, and your future. You can't overcome it. But if you don't know those things, if you don't know your spiritual lineage, if you don't take heed to what you're supposed to do now, you do not overcome it. Okay. So you have to be in tune with yourself spiritually. We all have things in our past that we have to come across. In my past, I was not so helpful. I was mean. I'm still mean, but I'm still mean by nature. But only when somebody does something to me. Let me back that up. I mean when somebody like do something to me, like I'm not very graceful. I don't like to give second chances. I like to go for the pounce, like I'm going from 0 to 100, just like that. So But in my past life, that energy of me being like mean, like I did like whatever. I didn't like help people. I mean, like I would like do stuff to people. So I had to learn that I need to use my gift for the other way. So people call it your left hand. So yes, if you don't know this about me, I do all. I do good, I do the bad. But I always make sure my stuff is justified. But in my past life, I focus more on the bad, the bringing destruction. You understand what I'm saying? So that was not good for. So I had to learn that. I had to learn that. So Pamela Allen, people have called me mean since high school. Yeah, like really, like I ain't gonna lie, like when I had my first daughter, that like really changed me. I kind of like was like compassionate and stuff like that. I still had like a long ways to go. And don't get me wrong, I'm super nice to people, but it's just something about like once you like show me that you're not nice back, like how some people can like ignore it. I couldn't ignore it. Like I want to do something to you. Like, so that I understood that was like following me from my past life because I was used to doing that. And I think that's like a family thing because my gift is hereditary. So me and my cousins, we talk about this, like we struggle with that. But we the sweetest and nicest people though that you ever will meet. But that's something that like we struggle with, but we've gotten over that hump. Melanie says, LOL, that is me. Once you cross me, I am done. I try not to be like that, but it is hard. Yes, it's hard. Because I told somebody one day, I said, I think the reason why it's so hard for people like us that are like that it's because we genuinely like are trying to be nice. Like I don't have no ill feelings about anybody when I meet them. But so it's like, why are you being mean to me? Like, why are you being rude to me? Like, I don't get that. So like it's like because I was so genuine with you and then you choose to be this way with me, I think that's what makes us go from 0 to 100 because we were really like, just being nice. And what did I do to you? And I think that's why it like turns us so fast the other way. Melanie says that part, and yes, yeah, because I'm like, what? What did I do to you? I don't even know you. I'm just being nice. Some of days, I think most of the abuse that I suffer is because of my heart, compassion, and grace. Oh yes, Summer, that definitely can be it. So sometimes so it's not so sometimes we have to be strong in that department. So especially if you're a person, because I'm the type of person like if it's not bothering me, I don't mind doing anything for you. But everybody is not like that. So the saying is everybody don't love the way that you love. And sometimes you have to find that out the hard way. So it's not for you to change who you are. It's just that you start learning how to put up boundaries and you start understanding that everybody is not deserving of that treatment. Not that you're like mean to people, but everybody's not deserving to have that side of you. So if you continue to let that happen, that does weaken your heart. It really does. The Royalette says that is why I'm like that too, because I would not do it to people. And when they cross me and my kids, all nice stuff out the windows. Yes, exactly. That's why I said people who are like that, it's not that we know. I don't think it's that we want to like just be mean to people. It's just like, what? I'm nice to you and this is how you treat me? Like, oh no. How can you make the heart strong? So just the whole video that I just told you. The soul renewal. Remember, the soul is the heart. So use a lot of things you can do. You can use crystals to raise your vibrations, self-care, elevate spiritually. But if you're doing those things and you still need some help, soul renewal. Soul renewal. I with my gifts, my heart is dealt with a lot because I deal with souls. So when I did my soul renewal, I said I need to have a strong heart because I take on everybody else's soul. So I need to be able to be strong in that department. And so I asked for that. And it's not to say that you're weak, but you just need that strength there. So Crystal Clear says you said we can do it ourselves. You can. You can do it yourself if you are capable of traveling. You have to be able to be aware of your travel. So what I mean by that is you have to be someone who has the gift, who knows that they can travel. Everybody can travel, but to the astral realm, you're going to go to the astral realm every time you go to sleep. But everybody does not have the gift to travel the universe, just to travel, to be aware, to go, to speak it. So you do need to make sure that you have that gift. So somebody said that's why I'm an introvert now, because I became depressed, but now I'm learning that everyone deserves my energy. I'm too giving, so I have to create boundaries. Yes, there's nothing wrong with boundaries. I promise you it's not. Royalette says, Miss Tammy is the real, trust me. Yes, I'm very real. Very real. Oh, yes, and you will see me too. You'll see me. When if I do this for you, you will see me leading you. So Jennifer Stewart says, please touch on why would someone be able to see the being that astral projected into their home? Just because you're in your astral travel as well. So I know when I go in someone's home, so when I do people's homes, they'll tell me that something occurred and they'll be like, were you here? And I'll be like, yes. So yes, you are able to sense it. You may be able to see it, but I have had people tell me that they knew when I was there. Candace says, so the soul renewal is guaranteed also for people who don't necessarily remember their dreams. Yeah, so this has nothing to do with like dreams or anything like that. Remember, this is actual factual. So this is not like symbolic. That's what I need y'all to understand. There's nothing about what I'm telling you that that you're gonna experience by the soul renewal. It's not symbolic. It's actual factual. It's actual things that are happening. It's actual things that you're gonna do. So that's what I need you to understand. This is not symbolic. Okay? This is actually what's going to happen. Enough, Olivia. OMG, I finally caught a live. I listen to you at work every day. Yes, I'm glad you caught it. Thank you. So if you guys are interested in this service, please send me an email. I would ask, because I get a lot of emails, serious inquiries only. I do not read long emails. I don't read it because I don't have time for the energy. Because if you really need some assistance, you're gonna book. If you email me, you see my services. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do no long drawn out emails. Just tell me that you're interested and we'll go from there. Now, I don't mind you asking questions about the services. That's why I put my email. But uh-uh. I just don't have the time. So I do serious inquiries only. The Royal Elect says, I would definitely book. It's an investment into yourself. It really is an investment in yourself. Yes, it is. I couldn't have said it any better. She's right. How do we know it's for sure you and not another spirit pretending, Maya? Because you're gonna see me. Y'all have a hard time grasping that you're gonna actually like do this. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but I'm just trying to make you understand. You're going to do this. And people who dream about me, they always see me. They always see me. This is not the astral. This is not something that you're not going to be aware of. Remember, I'm dealing with your soul on the moon. You're going to see, you're going to feel everything. Okay? Does the soul renewal renew our soul contracts? It does alter things. It renews your soul. Nothing about a contract. Okay. So if you're signing away on something that has nothing to do with me, okay, that has nothing to do with me, I'm renewing your soul. So it does give you an alternative to what was already happening. Okay. But I'm not interfering with any soul contracts. So enough, Olivia. I dream and I can remember majority, but I can't control my dreams. I can only be aware of what's going on, and I can't ask or have complete control. I wonder why. The reason being is because that's just not a gift that you have. The more that you elevate spiritually, you may be able to do that, but that's not the gift that you have. So I would focus more on what you know that you can do, and maybe that will develop in time. Which crystal can help for higher vibrations? There's a lot of them. Where you want to vibrate higher at? You got to give me some detail. What I suggest doing is put in Google what you need, and it'll tell you the crystal that'll help you. Maya, not for the soul renewal, Miss Tam. I'm speaking about a dream I had of you. Oh yeah, then it was me. It was me. People tell me they have dreams about me all the time. It was me. This one guy sent me a message on Instagram. He was like, "You so short." He said he was tripping. He was like he couldn't believe that he really dreamed of me, but he thought maybe he was kind of tripping. So when I responded back to him, I said, "Yeah," I said I'm 5'1". He was just totally shocked. He was like, "Yeah, you just real short." I said, "Mm-hmm." I said, "I am." So he just couldn't believe that it was actually me that he was seeing. They are messing with your electronics, your video glitch. Oh, see, I can't see when it glitch. I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised. Y'all already know. Honey, I threatens them, honey. I be cutting their neck and stuff when they try to mess with me. Mm-hmm. They don't want to play with me. Maya said you scared me for real. I will tell you now. Don't now. I'm serious now. The side that you see me here is different when you if you call. So a lot of people like to call me, and they be surprised on what they get. I'm serious on the other side now. I'm telling you, I don't play on the other side. I'm serious. Olivia say, she the shit when you plan on saving up $500 for a lady on the internet. Honey, it's like Royal Lex, it's an investment. It's an investment. Passion fruit. Are people randomly dreaming about you, Tammy? Yeah, they are. And also I can tell when people call out to me. I had this client. She had booked with me a couple of times. And that night I had seen a car accident. I was like, and it was like a pileup. And so I woke up that morning to an email. Her son had just passed, and she told me it was in a pileup in the car. So she wanted to talk to her son. So we set up the session. So I asked, I said, did you ask for my help before you sent that email? Because I told her about the dream I had, and she told me she did. So what y'all gotta understand is with like the gift that I have, like by y'all just like seeing me on the internet or talking to me, a comment, a email. If I see, I connect to you. I connect to you. So you're able to basically I don't want to say use me, but that connection is open. And so that the way that my gift is, it just automatically like does those things. So because she asked me before she sent the email, that's how my spirit assisted her and I saw it. Some days, can you feel my heart right now, Tammy? Mm-mm, I ain't channeling nobody. Oh, I put boundaries up. I ain't channeling nobody tonight, girl. I'm tired. No, ma'am. Y'all think I'm finna get on here and let y'all use me? And I'm trying to do a live too? I sure ain't. I'm already tired. I worked last night. That wore me out, honey. That drained me. Passion fruit, the same batteries you would develop summer. Yeah. So passion fruit is right. You do develop boundaries, and boundaries are not a bad thing. It protects you. And it's not saying that, like, like I'm joking. I'm not trying to offend some. I'm joking. But when I say that, it's just that, you don't want to take on all energies at one time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to keep you balanced, because we all want to, you have to be balanced in everything that you do. So the more that you elevate in your gifts, your spirituality, you learn how to put up borders. It's like you have your own ritual. So, before I get on my live, I have things that I do because, I am intuitive, but I know how to, I'm not invasive. You know what I'm saying? Um, just to give y'all an example, because I don't mind sharing y'all this. So I have this client, like I say clients, but my long-term clients, I've considered them friends. And she requested that I do a spell book for her. So I did. And so when I do these, I access your Akasha record. These are only for you. It's very personal. It's very for you, right? So because it's for you, it allows you to see things. So as I'm creating her spell book, I can't stop getting this pull from my solar plexus. And your solar plexus is in your power. Is your power. It's right above your belly button. I can't stop getting this pulling. I just keep hearing her name, hearing her name, hearing her name, hearing her name. This went on while I was creating the book. This went on after I finished it, and it stopped. And then she was on my mind again. So I get a text, and she was telling me some things, and I put two and two together. Somebody was messing with her. So the reason why I was getting that pull is because I'm creating her spell book, because I've went into her Akasha record, because I've connected to her that way. I'm already working on her behalf. And that was like, and so what that did was that presented like her enemies to her. They let her know that somebody's trying something. And so that's how, like, how strong it is once I connect with you, that's how deep it goes. Just to give y'all a better understanding. Enough of this says take my money, a spell book. Y'all crazy. Toy J said I need a spell book, honey. Y'all talking about some serious stuff. Some serious stuff now. But yeah, so just by me creating that, it showed her enemies. And so basically, like my spirit was alerting me that this person was coming. So the reason why it was just pulling, because I was working. I was working on her behalf. Keisha Morgan, Tammy, I did a meditation and it became real dark. Heard voices. My mom came, told me I'm not supposed to be here. She sent me love. Then I was back in my room. Can you tell what happened? So you basically just did some traveling. So you were able to, so you got into a deep trance, almost sleep, and you astral traveled. So remember I told you when the body's at rest, the spirit moves. So that's what that was. It was an astral travel. You were experiencing your astral travel. Miss Tammy, sorry, this is off the subject. Can you do a reading on the AJ Armstrong murders? I have to look that up. So I'll put that on my list, Tracy. Passion for a personal spell book. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Could teenagers still book you, Tammy? You have to be at least 18 to book me. Parents do book for their teenage kids for me, or their younger kids. But if you want to book me, you have to be at least 18. Jennifer Stewart, nice to meet you, Tammy. I just found you tonight. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Nice to meet you too. Do I offer dream interpretations? I do. Just book an intuitive reading. Mm-hmm. Beauty on Quay. What's in portals? Where can it take you? Oh, that's a whole nother live. I got a video on here where I talk about portals. I'll do some more videos on portals. Portals, I break it down. Go to my videos, Quay, because that's not a quick answer. but I break different portals down. Keisha, you're welcome. Am I on WhatsApp? I'm not. Jennifer Stewart, you are very qualified. I can tell, honey. I be putting in this work. If you don't quite please and thank you. I will. I've had people request that I talk more about portals. So I am. I'm trying to get that membership with the paranormal, y'all. I've been so busy. I promise, because I love paranormal stuff. I just got to just like buckle down and get that started. But I'm just trying to get it, to where it's not hard for me to start it. I'm just trying to get it to where I start that I can dedicate a specific night to it, because I don't want to start it and it kind of like we do it here and we do that. I want to definitely do the paranormal on a weekly basis, because this is where I want people to call in, and because I really want to talk about like serious stuff, give people advice, other people give advice, help. I really want to get into that. So I'm just trying to get to where I can dedicate a certain night on the week to where we can dedicate to this. So that's what my holdup is. So just be patient with me, please. If you felt weighed down, losing in multiple areas of your life and not motivated, what service would you need to undo it? That would be my mediumship channeling. D, thank you for being forthcoming, Miss Tammy. You are welcome. So Octavia Wilson, hey Tammy, do you think they will find Trinity? So I know y'all have been wanting my opinion on this. I have backed away from doing these type of videos just because it's not appreciated. And nobody owes me anything. I'm not saying that. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But I find that once I do give what I need to give, people are more energy draining in it than concerned. And so I don't want to be a part of anything like that. But since it rung up and we're on the live, I will tell you that to me, she seems to be alive. Okay. Um, Now that can mean one or two things, meaning that they're not truthful about what happened to her in the situation. And mind you, I have not looked into it. I'm just because people have been asking, it just alerted me. And I'm just telling you what I feel and getting intuitively on the surface. So one, it's a lie about what happened. Two, she's on another realm. Okay. What I saw is that her and another group of girls are a part of something that they don't need to be a part of. They're getting made to do something that they don't need to be doing. It wasn't explicit, but it's like, they're grooming them for something. That's what I saw. And I have not done an extensive channeling on it, but to me, she seems to be alive. So it could be that she has passed and she's gone through that portal that because it's our portals in the water, she's gone through in another dimension, or someone has really kidnapped her. But I haven't, like I said, done an extensive channeling. That's just what's come up on me. They glitched it again. Child. Will your spiritual gifts open and strengthen when you do the soul retrieval? Oh, yes. Remember I said a better life. So not just like physically, but with you and who you are. Most definitely. Toy, I think I booked a consultation but need a mediumship. What's your name? Toy. And I can tell you. I mean, if you book the consultation, most people do book the consultation to get information about what they need. So you can still book the mediumship. But if you think that, you need the mediumship, the channeling, just email me and you can send me the difference and we can just start from there. We don't have to start with a consultation. But it's up to you. Chop Goddess. Yeah, so I remember talking to you. So yeah, so I think I told you that. You said that you wanted to stick with the consultation for now. But if you change your mind, let me know. Let me know. Just email me. Email me and you can just send me the difference and we can just go from there. So enough, Olivia. Can you talk about getting your loved ones to come to you in dreams? Is there anything you can do more to make that happen? So if you are gifted with your astral travel, you just need to say their name and you will be with them. If you're gifted with your astral travel, if you can use your astral travel. I had emailed you about the class, but not the mediumship. Okay. So just I mean, if you, like I said, if you want the mediumship, email me and let me know. You can just send the difference. If you still just want to talk in your consultation, we can do that too. And then you can do the mediumship. But just let me know. I want to learn how to travel. So it's not, that's something that's in you, not on you. So the more that you elevate spiritually, the more you can do. Okay. So everybody can astral travel. So if everybody can astral travel, everybody should have the gift to control it, right? So you need to elevate more so you can do more. Thank you, the royal elect. Many don't realize that when they voted, they did ritual and agreed to whatever those people want to do with them or choose to be ignorant to the truth. That is correct. Empress Monica, I was at a resort on vacation, was fighting something in my dream. I could hear how hard I was breathing and kept saying, I'm going to fight you. My mom woke me up. I definitely need your services. Girl, come on in. Go to my website and book. What you waiting for? Come on with it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I hope you guys got the information that you need, that it gave clarity. If you're ready for this next step of a soul renewal, like I said, serious inquiries, please email me so we can get to work. Thank you guys for your support. And I do have an ancestral workshop class coming up this Saturday on the 28th. So if you want to join that class, it's not too late. Send me an email. And it has been requested that I do a workshop on like meditation, things to help with grounding and like restoring your energy and stuff. So that's coming soon. Hopefully we can start that next month. I'm putting that together right now. So, we can start with the basics because sometimes we got to go back to the basics. We done did so much and we done got, by the way, I was doing a reading today and I said, you stopped doing yoga. And she was like, yeah. And her spirit just want her to go back to the yoga. I said, go back to the yoga. Your spirit is like begging you to go back to the yoga. So sometimes we got to go back to the basics. We forget the things that we're doing and everything like that. We got to go back to the basics. So I think a workshop would be good on that. All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's a vibe as well as always. And I will talk to you guys next time. Y'all have a nice night. Talk to you later.